For 47 years, the United States trade embargo on the island nation of Cuba has been an unnecessary and ineffective exercise of American foreign policy. There are several economic and strategic advantages to lifting the embargo, which went into effect in a flare-up of a former Cold War between the U.S. and Soviet Union, a standoff long since passed. On February 7, 1962, President Kennedy codified a U.S. ban on trade with Cuba after the newly minted government of Cuban President Fidel Castro seized goods owned by the U.S. companies. Kennedy, a year later, extended the ban to travel to the island. It has since become the longest trade embargo in modern history between any two civilized nations, according to the CIA Factbook, and was twice strengthened by bills passed in Congress and signed by President Bill Clinton during the 1990s. There are several advantages to ending the ban. First, Cuba is a nation of 11.4 million people 90 miles from Key West, Florida, a close potential trading partner for U.S. goods, especially foreign products. Also, U.S. defense would be strengthened by a warm relationship with a formerly hostile nation so close to its shores. It would also cut the flow of illegal immigrants from Cuba to the U.S. and eliminate the grave risks taken to reach our shores. The Miami Herald reported in May that 1 in 20 Cubans die trying to get here. For Cuba, a trade and diplomatic relationship with the U.S. would help the country develop and modernize. So with all the benefits, why is the embargo still in place? The main reason is pure politics. Cuban Americans strongly support the embargo and represent more than 600,000 votes in Florida, the state that decided the 2000 presidential election. Politicians earn votes from this community when they come down hard on Castro. Any action to eliminate this unnecessary policy needs to come from the White House, and especially Congress. And that starts with you, Congressman Rothman. In Cuba today, things are changing. Fidel Castro, rumored to be in ill health, relinquished the presidency to his brother, Raul, and the limited trade, mostly aid, between the U.S. and Cuba is growing. 2 hurricanes, Gustav and Ike, devastated Cuba during the summer of 2008. And the U.S. funneled more than $8 million in aid through non-governmental organizations to support the Cuban government. The relationship, it seems, is thawing. Ending the Cuban embargo would benefit both the United States and Cuba for economic, military, and humanitarian reasons. All that is necessary is for Congress to look at the long-standing policy and cast aside politics in the name of good sense. Former President Jimmy Carter spoke recently in Havana, calling for an end to the embargo, saying, quote, "Our two nations have been trapped in a destructive state of belligerence for 42 years, and it is time for us to change our relationship."